All right, g'day legends. It's another Monday Motorsport with Mezz podcast. I actually forgot if we called it that or it was Mez's Motorsport Mondays, but here we are, and it's not even Monday, it's a Tuesday. So just came back from the Drift Collective Round 1 and Drifting South Australia, and yeah, that was absolutely unreal weekend. I've never been more excited about drifting in Australia, and like, it's far out. That is sweaty. It's warranted as well. It's too many times in Australian drifting history have we been promised the world with certain events, certain categories, but they always do the same thing. They strive for the sky without building the foundations. And then subsequently, whether it be 2 seasons, 3 seasons, or they might even last for a bit longer than that, they all fall because they don't have the base there. So what the guys at Drift Collective, so that if you don't know, it is Drift League, which is Brody and the Tasmania team down there. Drifting SA, which is quite obvious where that's from. That's from South Australia, Stewie and Renee. And Keep It Reet, which is Victorian, Jason Farron and Josh Rogers and those guys there. So yeah, they've linked up together. They each hold a round in their state. And yeah, just a little series, a little national warm-up. Now, it couldn't get more national than I'm 98% sure the top 4 was Luke Viersma, which is WA, Matt Harvey, which is Tasmania, Roger Ryanson, which is South Australia, and then I want to say Cam Martin was in there, which is Victoria. So yeah, unreal. That wasn't the order of the finish, by the way. It was more Matt Harvey, Luke Viersma, Roger Ryanson, Cam Martin. So, yeah, unreal stuff. Where do you start? Firstly, props to Renee and Stewie. More so Renee, I believe, copped the fair old workload. But yeah, it was just a very high standard of driving. Now, in my opinion, I was talking to some bruisers down there. Drifting in South Australia probably has the highest skill average across the board when it comes to competitions. So yeah, great to start the Drift Collective round 1 there. Yeah, where do you go from there? Well, firstly, round 2 is in July. Hang on, just looking at my calendar. July 5th. There you go. July 5th is the Taz round, I believe. You know what? We'll edit in the date. There we go. We got the capabilities. We got the technology. Yeah, I'm an idiot. It is definitely May 17th, 18th. There we go. It's on the board, baby. Yeah, I was looking at Taz there. Come on. May 17th, 18th, round 2, Drift Collective. Be there. I am going to try to do 2 things at once here as well. I've been strapped for time. Normally I get all my stuff that I need to get done on a Monday. And we were in South Australia traveling Monday, so yeah, you get that on the big jobs. Yeah, let's go back to Drift Collective before we move on there. That's exciting. That is huge. Now, just to give some out of towners some perspective. Now, when I say out of towners, I mean internationals. Just to give you an idea of what we're up against here in Australia with drifting. So I wrote some notes last night. So if you were to overlay Australia in America, Australia is 7.68 million square kilometres. America is 9.37 million. Now, if you're an American, you'd be like, why the fuck are you telling me this in kilometres? So Australia is 4.7 million miles. America is 5.8 million miles square. So America has a population of 340 million. Australia has a population of 26 million. So you've got 13 times as many people in America in the pretty close amount of space. So obviously we don't have the budget. Like if you sell to 1% of America, that's like what, 3.4? If you sell to 1% of Australia, that's 260,000 people. Like we don't have the money or the budget to get things across the board. So we have to be pretty crafty. So to put a truly national event together where these people are rocking up to the same rounds and you're getting the cream of the crop, not just the people that can afford it, it takes a monumentous effort. So to see all the states, apart from Northern Territory, ACT, and Queensland represented, just unreal. And I do think there was a Queenslander there. He just didn't go as grouse. And yeah, a couple other Queenslanders like Chop and Ron were meant to enter as well, but unfortunately we had the cyclone. They were flooded in. So, but it is truly a massive effort. And like I said earlier, I've never been more excited about drifting in Australia. It's happening. I mean, we've just come from halfway hangs. You got the hot boy, you got the style there, and there's some really good driving to be had. There's some questionable driving, but most people are out there just for having a good time. And then on this side as well, like the competition side, it's unreal. And the best bit is like it's not even like on some Formula Drift stuff or D1 or D1NZ or like it's its own kettle of fish. And I just think I'm really excited about what we've got going on here in Australia, and I think everyone else should be, you know, no matter what walk of the drift life you come from. So, yeah, I'm pumped, everyone. I'm really pumped. Okay, my laptop's back on. I'm trying to edit some footage whilst I'm recording this, just because, hey, why not try do two things at once and fail at them both? Going back on the Drift Collective now, Drifting SA invited the whole Minowa family out, and they're absolute legends. If you're not aware, I'm a massive Shinji fan. The way he drives his 8.6, I fell in love straight away. Of course, if you're an 8.6 peddler, you would have watched the clip of him on the street with the plastic bag. Just unreal. So he brought his wife out, Masaya, and the son Hiro, who's 15, competes in Formula Drift. Absolute shredder, all of them. One thing that just stood out, leaps and bounds for me. One, not how sick it was that they just jumped in these random cars and were on it straight away, but just the calculation of angle in the chase. So I would say never. Here in Australia, you know, people in the chase, we can be aggressive. We're exciting. We're exuberant. But the car itself is like pitching. You know, it's quite unstable in the drift. It's like you're constantly reacting to what the lead car's doing. Watching Hiro and Shinji chase, the precision with the way they wind on the lock, and it's just so smooth to angle. There is none of that discrepancies. I'll try add some footage so you can see what I'm talking about, but it's just unreal. And I'd love to know if, is that just the amount of track time they're getting? I know Hiro and the whole Minowa family go pretty hard on the sims. I'm not sure how often Shinji gets on there, but Shinji's also a veteran driver. So, is it the amount of track time they've had, or are they very harsh on themselves to not be so disruptive in the chase and to know exactly where the car is in terms of angle? I'd love your input. I'd love to know your thoughts. I reckon it might be a bit of both. I reckon, I'm spewing. I didn't ask Shinji. I was too excited to get a photo with him. I got Ash from Hero Prints about a decade ago to remake Shinji's 8.6, and I finally got the print signed. So, yeah, I was a chuffed boy. But, yeah, I would love to know that. You know, is that something that is drilled in as a practice technique, or something that comes as a result of a significant amount of track time? Obviously, they tie hand in hand, really. But, yeah, absolutely ripper to see. So, Hiro ended up winning round 1 of Drifting SA. I'm 90% sure that was round 1. Surely it was. The commentator doesn't know. Speaking of commentators, really, from my side on Drift Collective, I was the after battle Drift Collective. My voice is going, too many sing-songs at the pub. From my side, I was the after battle reporter. When we fired things up there, the microphone was reverbing back in and providing feedback, which was just a high-pitched noise in everyone's ears. I absolutely hate that. just because I know as a spectator, like it is like a psychologically killing sound. So yeah, I haven't reviewed how I went. I always like to review a bit of post-match review, see how we go in the paint, see where we can improve, see how many sentences I've stuffed up. But yeah, so if it crossed to me, yeah, again, I don't know how it turned out, but there was heaps of feedback, and that was actually playing with me heaps. And it was also a 40-degree day. I didn't touch on this. 40 degrees at the Bend, ladies and gentlemen, for Drift Collective. An absolute soul evaporator. Like, you can't think in that weather. So I don't know, like, I was lucky enough to be up in race comms with the judges for a good majority of the day. And now let me tell you, that sounds like aircon. This aircon was just cooling the server that was in the room. And it was actually a very sweaty, stinky affair. Like, if you walked outside and then came back in, it was repugnant, the smell. So don't think I was living large. But yeah, on the commentating side, Streamcraft Media, wow, they do a ripper stream. It was really cool to be a part of that. And yeah, I think we had some good chats. There's heaps of stuff I'd like to improve on, but it's all part of the journey. And yeah, I think we had some good stuff in there. So yeah, about the feedback, about that stuff. Apologies also if I stuffed a name up. No one's come up and said anything yet. So yeah, but that's about me on that. Oh, also, I fully filmed that like first thing this morning because I was like, fuck, I didn't get a chance Monday, but I fully just breezed over. Fuck, it was unreal to commentate with Ben and Danny. Like, some bruisers, fellow bruisers, love a good yarn, love talking shit. So yeah, I can't believe I fucking forgot that. I was saying, ooh, let's talk about myself. Ugh, disgusting. But yeah, they are absolute legends. I had so much fun with them. It makes commentating a treat when you can just bounce off each other like that. So, fuck yeah. What else stood out? I mean, just the driving in general, really. There were some really ripper battles. Touched on the Minowas there. They were unreal. Yeah. I don't have too much to add on that. But yeah, get to round 2, Drift Collective. It's being held in Tasmania. Simmons Plains there. Drift League, Brody and the boys. They'll get it done. I need to double check this date, but I think I might be in Belgium, which is all sounding very lavish. I'm lucky enough to be invited by Risky Racing to cover their trip. They're going to do the 25-hour Fun Cup, which is pretty much you're in a European equivalent of an Aussie racing car, and you get to go race around Spa. So I'm super excited. I've never been to Spa, and it is one of my favourite tracks. You know, obviously, as a kid, playing on Xbox, or even Nintendo F1 with the old Spa chicane bus stop. That was the tits. So yeah, I think at this stage, if that's the date it is, I'll be missing out on that, which absolutely rips the heart. But doesn't mean you guys can't get down there. So get on down there. But speaking of Drift League and Tasmania, we'll be heading down there this weekend. Brody's invited me down to do some demo laps in the Honey bus, the SR Honey, so super excited about that. And then the following weekend, once again, we'll be in Tasmania commentating round 1 of Drift League. So Keisuke Nagashima, my boy, which is funny enough, I didn't plan that, but represent. He's going to be there guest driving. So yeah, ripper times ahead, and this train is keeping on going. So we'll just keep moving and grooving, ladies and gentlemen. Moving and grooving. Geez, I probably should just do this with some factual information in front of me. But yeah, I won't be in Belgium, as we figured out. The date's different, so I'll be there at round 2. I'll see you there. You know what the funny thing is? I said, like, I'm going to try to do 2 things at once. And I have, we've recorded about 12 minutes or 10 minutes so far. And yeah, I haven't edited one piece of this Ben Loft edit. So yeah, just trying to get the boys' videos done. Matt's got a slight backlog. Benny's got a little bit. Yeah, Merch. We are, quite in this sporadic part where some of our stuff needs to be restocked. We are in the middle of a restock. Suppliers are shipping. So yeah, I reckon about early April, that's where we're on. So a little 15 years of Wreckham, even though that was last year, it'll be 16 this year. Yeah, Super excited about that. So if some of you guys message, not heaps, like don't be fooled. Like it was only a couple of yous, but I'm not doing the marketing like a lot of you guys, limited numbers, that type of stuff. So yeah, there you go. That's that information. Motorsport, baby, it's back. It started. It's on. Formula One, baby. How good? How good? At the Australian GP as well. Finally, us Southern Hemispherians can watch a race at a nice time. Only downside, Drifting SA is running their drift event. So, yeah, I had a little tablet there running. I didn't have to do much work, luckily, so I just focused on the race. So, yeah, wow, all sorts. I don't think there are any real surprises there with the rookies, first time in the wet, maybe lack of experience in the wet for some. Antonelli, he absolutely killed it, didn't he? He shredded. But also, let's not forget, he spun out. He just did it in a smart spot that had no walls. And then is it Bortello? I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong or it's completely left field. Gabrielle. But, he unfortunately, that looked like a part failure on the rear, which got pointed out. Bortoletto. But unfortunate for him. But our boy Oscar, that's heartbreaking, isn't it? But still, to fight back and get back in the points, that's a ripper effort. We all saw it. He was gaining on him, got to half a tenth, 0.3 even, I saw there. And then, I understand the call, let's not overtake while we're overtaking back markers and whatnot. I understand that. Just a bit weird, that, not weird, I'm not saying any conspiracies or anything, but it's just like, all of a sudden he's not that on him, he drops off, goes to the back markers. I actually missed that little section. I was watching the race, but I was also looking up at stuff. So, yeah, we hope it's not a year of that. But, Oscar, he's a weapon. Like, he knows what to do. He's got Webber. Webber, who copped the second driver treatment, is not going to stand for that stuff. So I don't think there's any bad stuff going on. It is just what it is. I forget where I was going with that. I definitely had a fucking point regarding that. Just Oscar gaining on Lando half turns, and then they, told him not to start. I'll start writing this stuff down. Wow, what a season. We're in for a great season. So this is super exciting. I can't wait. The Supercars, that race Friday, or was it Thursday? Thursday's race. Holy shit. Bit of bump and grind, bit of R. Kelly. It was cool seeing Cam Waters chop through the field. I missed Friday's race, travelling to Adelaide, and then, it's once you arrive, it's non-stop. So, that's good. Motorsport. It's on. Unreal. Bit of BS regarding the whole with the Ryan Wood, and then shouldn't have got a penalty, but he got a penalty, and then the footage got uploaded, and then not footage got uploaded, but a post got made. Look, I think me standing here with, I do marketing in a go-kart track. They're just opinions, Sam. You're allowed them. But, I don't know. I think they need to get on the front foot of just... I understand you trying to protect your brand. I understand trying to do this, but I just feel like there's a bit of an archaic nature within that organization. And it's like if you just cancelled that out, where these weird little decisions and statements and rules and whatnot get made, if you cancelled that out, wow, everyone would be pumped on that series. A lot of people in the comments it's time, put it on free-to-air TV. I think if you cancelled out that side I speak of, which I don't know if I've explained that too well, but essentially the bullshit, because you're still living in this archaic 90s mindset. You haven't realised the time we're in now, where you can be a bit more open. You know, you can be a bit more open. I understand you can't be an open book. Stuff's got to be protected. You know, like people need to, you know, that you got to be able to steer the ship in a way, and you can't do that with a big open book and everyone chiming in. But at the same time, like, you know, like don't be fooling the people, because the people aren't fools. So I think, yeah, if you cancelled that out, I'd be chuffed, because, yeah, that racing on Thursday, far out. You couldn't be not excited about that. And then throw back to SMP, the Feeney, the Waters run in, like that was a brouhaha for the decade. So yeah. Wait and see, eh? Wait and see. But drifting in Australia is killing it right now, so be pumped, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so fucking pumped. I'm so jacked. And I'm so jacked that you can just... I uploaded TJ's clip the other day from 010. Isn't that a little algorithm churner? I should have just been chopping up bits and shit from that and posting ages ago. I got up fucking 2,000 followers. It's fucking stupid, isn't it? Oh, well. I'm on that note, a lot of your comments, I don't know, you read, like, me, myself, when people are like, oh, epic shit, dude, fucking, that's epic, that's rap. Like, I don't fucking buy into it, because there's a lot of fucking dick suckers out there and a lot of people that just say fucking shit like that. And yeah, it's nice, but it's, you put yourself in a false state of reality when you listen to that. But I did read through all the comments, and yeah, there is actually a lot of heartwarming ones that appease the soul that you don't really realize at the time. And, you know, I made that video to show everyone, like, fuck yeah, how good's drifting, and just like how good I can show drifting, obviously, and how good TJ's car is and what he's doing. You know, like, it's just all of it. And to see that so many of you were inspired by it, yeah, that's pretty fucking sick. So I'm really glad about that. I hope you guys can then continue that energy and inspire, and like, not fucking inspire. That sounds fucking lame. When people are like, I want to inspire people, like, there's some weird fucking American psycho type vibes to that. Like, no, I would like to lead and have people go, that's sick. Fuck yeah. Inspire. It's a Triple J fucking song description word. The inspiring melodic nature. I don't know. Maybe I'm too harsh. Yeah, so you'll be happy to know I got one clip in of Ben. Yeah, we started that. I've fucking... You can't do two things at once properly. There we go. We've learned that. So, unreal. Yeah, I think that might be about it. If you guys have any questions or any thoughts, yeah, chuck them in the comments. Let us know. Like I said, Drift League, we're heading there this weekend and the following weekend. Merch is coming very soon. Super pumped. Really appreciate all the kind words and all the algorithm interactors. And yeah, hey, love many, trust few, pal your own canoe.
Cause real bad boys move in silence.